We developed the curriculum in a group format, and some of the participants in the curriculum were African American youth who are on probation, African American youth who are high risk or at risk of returning to the juvenile justice system.
And many of the youth that we serve have dealt with several traumas, either in their personal life, their community, their social life, or sometimes systematically, where the system or the institution has failed them. And so our curriculum was designed to address the historical context of how the system has failed. Because what we find a lot of times is these youth will engage in certain behaviors that people will find culturally specific, acting out, or if you look at the African American male suspension rate based on deviant school behavior, and what we found is the root of that behavior was based in trauma.
There's so many tools and strategies that we use, but some of the ones that spoke out was to create trust. They had some lack of ownership, so to create some type of ownership. And also safety was a big issue as well. I think we did pretty well. It was 12 sessions, and within those 12 sessions, we were able to address those three things and many more as well.
This was very straightforward, and every session built on the previous session to let them know this is what we're going to do next time. If you have any objections or if you have any suggestions, let us know. And then as we started developing more and more of this curriculum, we decided and we figured out that it was not just the content of the group, but how you develop the facilitator, which was a big part. So we ended up with two manuals, a content manual on the topics and how you run the group, and then the facilitator's guide, which is how are we going to train the people to run the groups, because that's where the sense of trust and safety is going to come from, the relationship.
So the facilitator's manual is very important when working with African American youth who's been in trauma. And the thing is that within the mental health field, there's a lack of African Americans who are working with youth, and this facilitator's manual it brings that up and addresses that, so the facilitators can be aware of the trauma that is experienced by the African American youth in the community.
In this whole facilitator guide, it goes back to awareness. It keeps touching upon awareness, because once you're aware of something, you can't ignore it anymore. And being aware of the cultural context, the historical context, and the culturally specific traumas and issues and concerns changes how you see the very community, and by seeing the community differently, changes how you're going to interact and behave with the community.